What fire springs forth? What bile does bubble? The black moon swings, and the sky stirs trouble. By violent ends, we kill the light. Through the shadows, madness beckons. Weird at night.
Freed from the shackles of time and space, we present Weird at Night!
No shit like home. There's no shit like home. Why isn't anything happening? That orb is the only thing I've seen here the whole time. There's no shit like home. There's no shit like home. There's no shit like home. God damn it, I hate so much. I hate you, hate. Get me the fuck out of here. Whoa. This is better, but kinda lame. What is this? Is this just nothing?
Oh, hello! You made it out!
Who the fuck are you? Mr. Peanut?
Oh, Helen Hunt, no! I'm Booger Bitch Fantasia Man!
What?
That's irrelevant for now. To get you home in the Waniverse, you need to learn a lesson.
Oh man, fuck homework!
It's quite simple, actually. You must learn to love, to hate the hate. Say it with me. I must learn to love, to hate the hate.
Fucking A!
I must learn to love, to hate the hate. I must learn to love, to hate the hate. I must learn to love, to hate the hate.
I must learn to love, to hate the hate.
Well, holy shit, the cloud got out! Because of Booger Bitch Fantasia Man? What the fuck? What logic guides this place, for God's sake? Sounds about right though, I guess. Well, hello, precious stones. It is I, your cosmonaut host in training, Patrick Galactic. Gizmo is a little out of commission still, mainly because his goddamn battery pack is almost impossible to remove. So we will regale him with another edition of our Song of the Cosmos. Are you ready? Sing it with me. All right, the soiree is simmering nicely. Tonight, we don't fuck around, not even a little bit. We're gonna throw it into our main monster, Terry Monstrosity. This is a visualizer video created by Blazinspace. This track is produced by Bill Beats, who also produced Terry's track, Cult Follower. We watched a while back, so check it out.
Hey, I'm evolving to a different person. The search is over, no more waiting out of litter verses. Shifting universes, certain I'm the new perspective. True objections have to first walk through the loser section. Have to feel the dark side like the wolf is stepping. Have to be dealt with in lies and the crew rejection. Take the step and get respect from misfit intellectuals. Strangers give you more love than people standing next to you. Channel every opening, hope to form a vestibule and chime in like the metal that suggests your fortitude. Every level better gets the puzzle and it moves. Never ever let them put the stupid muzzle on the move. mood. They're shooting with a musket, putting buckets on the moon. So we gon' cause a ruckus, screaming fuck it till we cool. The bracket's getting upset and I love it cause it's proof that people gonna crumble when they rumble with the truth. I'm only setting out to represent the embodiment. Evident I'm irritant, they roll as innocuous. Super illy flow, get on my job, but you might not. Piercing eyes like Cyclops, destroy dreams cause you'll miss me like Pylon. My crest is Iron, I rock and I'm lion. I can find the supply, I produce the must-buys. Mistook a laugh for a cry, so the moon set for the sunrise. Element of surprise, bombs blasted on them. Niggas had to tax their cousins, Miyagi straight waxing off them. Here's the applause, kids' reaction is astronomic. Regurgitate the vomit that niggas is on often. And I'm a Haley's Comet, and I see your types every day, so I'm confident you're not it. I'm innovative with a green thumb like botanist. Coming into my own prime, call me optimist, and yes sir, I'm an optimist. See my options is profit off this oxygen or lose and never conquer shit. Whip a Kia Stinger over any series Beamer. Keep your finger pointed at the neck of dreamers. Slide across it, wide gate, walk dog a senior. Lose 10% of 60 halfway in between her. Don't let the screen door slam and make my spleen shiver. Fans need more ham with a clean delivery. Get back to the jam with a mean proficiency and always have to understand and repeat consistently. And concede the victory if it's gon' get you more land. We gon' run it up, throwing fusses. Bucking like beg for mercy, tracking like joiner pressure. Wasn't that the ointment hurt me? Don't need no more social pointers, they ain't even learning cursive. Never known to do a burpee, fill it up, my cup was slurpy. Now you know the feeling's worth it, certainly.
Well, that was some good shit, Terry Monstrosity, Bill Beats, and Blazinspace. I tell you to keep it coming, but the secret with Terry is to keep up. The dude has released so much music in the years since he started on Weird at Night, I can only imagine there's probably a lot more coming. But this ain't a time for fiddle fuckery, is it? There's nothing to fear, this cosmic calamity ain't an accident, it's an art extravaganza of galactic proportion. Weird at Night is a twice-weekly art voyage through the stars. We love music. We like surreal comedy. Weird at Night is like a smoky patchwork quilt with Twilight Zone, 90s cable access, Pee-wee's Playhouse, and Reading Rainbow all stitched in. We're astonishingly wholesome for people who say fuck as often as we do here, and we like to say fuck. More importantly than all of that, we're a show-munity. The chat is 100% where it's at. A lot of the stuff we'll be showing tonight was made by people hanging out in the chat. So give thanks to the Queen Most High, because you're chatting amongst royalty. So don't feel the darkness, darling. We're weird. It's night, and you're in the right place. Respect for each other and the flow of the show is essential. Distractor spammers, you're gonna get ejected, so don't even fuck around. Give us a follow, and at some point in the night, I'm gonna sing you a little tune. Put your name up in the pretty lights. If you subscribe, which is so helpful, I will put everything down, grab my guitar, and write you a 20-second song with your name in it on the spot. All right, let the extravaganza begin. Now, we start off tonight by talking about this great RaQanon debate this Saturday. After weeks of plotting against each other until they were too stupid to keep it secret anymore, Blazinspace and Dartone of RaQanon will have the great debate of knowledge this Saturday here on Weird at Night. I've been volunteered to moderate this discussion, which I expect to be ridiculous, possibly hilarious, but most likely a giant pain in the ass. Don't miss it! If you know Weird at Night, you know these kinds of moments can trigger big counteractions in the Waniverse. So hopefully, it's not the Goblin Bird who comes and kills all of us. Now, moving on. Finals week. While I'm in the process of processing all this creativity, wonder, and beauty around me, I'm also hauling ass for finals week in college. Holy shit! It's a lot, but it's also a lot of fun. So I'm stressed, but feeling better than I was this time last week. That is for damn sure. So how is everyone else doing? Are you stressed like me? Are you happy? Are you enjoying the weather? Anyone got some good news to share? I'd love to hear it. I think the group would too. At me in the chat and we'll talk more as we go through. Share your good news, share whatever's going on. We're here for you. That's what a community does. But that brings me to the big thing I wanted to talk about before we get started tonight. When we started Weird at Night, we were in the midst of a rapidly escalating global crisis with people getting sick and dying all across the world on a minute-by-minute basis. And one of the things that I talked about a lot back then, after we took our moments to appreciate the the tragedy of so many senseless deaths, was the possibility for change. In my lifetime, this has never happened and probably, hopefully, won't again. But the gates of commerce, the gates of capitalistic achievement, for many closed over the last year. We've been forced to think of new ways to get by. We've had time to ourselves to think through what we liked and hated about the old ways. And honestly, the pre-pandemic life had a lot of toxic elements to it that I'm not eager to rejoin. But amongst all that, I see so many possibilities. I hear my friends talking about having to go back to the office, and it kind of blows my mind. Now look, retail locations and restaurants and places like that need people there to run the store, serve their customers, whatever. I'm not a dummy. But what about the vast corporate architecture and litany of office employees who've been quarantined for a year? Why bring them back to the office when they've proven they can get the job done otherwise? Look, financially, all other ways, how does that make sense? Can you imagine a world where commuters aren't clogging every freeway at rush hour and emitting untold amounts of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere? What about the opportunities for large skyscrapers to be used for other purposes? What about our houseless crisis that's been the talk of America for the last 15 years? Do we actually want to solve any of this shit or not? Why do we send people off to jobs they have to commute to, paid for childcare for, and then expect them to be somehow more productive? What are the possibilities for a new world you see? What are the possibilities for a new world that you see? What would you change to make the world a better place? At me in the chat. Tell me in the chat, at me or ask me a weird question. And either way, we'll read them when we come back. We got a big night ahead. We've already heard from the Pink Cloud and even Booger Bitch Fantasia Man. But Bryan is around too. We got an amazing video from Black Ends and from Enumclaw, which brings me to my next point. The band Enumclaw came onto our radar last episode when we shared them in the NadaMucho Newsy news. And I really dug the song that we shared and realized they released a video for it, and it's really good. So check it out. This is Enumclaw with their track, Fast and All.
Tired of fighting
Fucking dope. I love that song. I don't know, the guitar tones, absolutely everything about that track is amazing. Thank you, Enumclaw. Once again, that's a phrase I never thought I'd say. Thank you, Enumclaw. Once again, that was their track "Fast and All," which is probably a little play on Fastenal, popular tool company, which in Enumclaw is probably pretty common. So. I kind of made a statement and I asked for some questions and I got both. I got some responses and, I'm challenging you. Now you challenge me back. That's how this works. So let's do that. AlexEffinVee said that my good news is that I ate an Italian sandwich today. Important. Yes, Alex, it is. Raised on Rhythm says, they took my gerbs. AlexEffinVee, I don't care if you don't like musicals. What musical would you be in? Well, I would probably, for one, I do like musicals. I don't actually dislike them at all. I don't watch them a ton either, but there's many that, I'd be in West Side Story. I think I was kind of cut out to be a jet. You know what I mean? I can't really snap. Maybe I'm not cut out to be a jet. Maybe that's not why I'm in. Ash Maddie says, the issue of how and where people work in why is much more complex than just assuming people should work remotely ongoing because it worked for most office jobs during the pandemic. Well, Ash Maddie, I reject that. Not because you're wrong, but I think that saying it's complicated doesn't actually solve anything. It doesn't advance the discussion at all. We have an obligation to this planet to maintain it for future generations, and we are failing miserably. This is a huge part of the problem. And I think that we do owe it to ourselves and our kids and everybody else to actually sit down and look at it right now. So that's how I feel about it. Don't feel like you're wrong at all, buddy. It is complex, but we gotta, at what point do we stop saying it's complex and actually do something? Darktone the Third, if I could change the world, I would add more threesomes that don't end awkwardly. Me too. I've never been in a threesome, actually. Madsy End Times, what song sparked your love of music? I don't know what song it was, but I can tell you what the moment in my life was. They were rerunning the Monkees on Nickelodeon a lot, and I they were running it during the day and during Nick at Night, so I would watch it at my babysitter's house. Then I'd go home and be up kind of late enough to watch the Monkees again. The Monkees were like my thing for like 3-4 years, but that's what really ignited the passion. Is Davy Jones, I think. Mike Nesmith, I always liked Mike Nesmith the best, actually, because he had the cool hat. Let's see. Naomi Baomi said, all true about commuting, but I would like to see the people I work with at least a bit every week. Fair enough. I'm not saying that we have to... I don't have the answer. What I'm trying to do is make a strong statement that provokes discussion. And I've clearly done some of that. So I absolutely realize that there are finer points to this all. What are they? Let's get to them. Let's start figuring this out. Guilty Art Music. The world would be a much better place if we all learned how to approach conflict with love. Peace negotiations should be part of school curriculum, just like history. That is a very cool idea. I love that. Raised on Rhythm. How is it that you're able to walk on water and turn water into wine? Some people are just born with it. I don't know, Nate. I don't know. It's always mystified me too. I didn't always have this beard and this long hair. So I just have this long hair. How do you... okay. Guilty Art. Weird question. Are gel tip pens losing popularity? Not here, baby. Not here. Actually, that's true. Not true. I don't think I do the gel tip pen. I'm picky about what pens I use. I actually do care about the way they disperse ink. I write a lot. I'm Fatty Magoo says it's not enough to change how we work. We have to deprioritize work in this society to create a culture where we have more quality time with friends and family. The need to socialize with coworkers is a misleading feeling, I think. That's very interesting. Ash Maddie said I would be in Jesus Christ Superstar, which would be my second choice, but I didn't pick it because I feel like that's kind of an easy out for me. Alex says, I'm sorry, I was reading two at the same time. AlexEffinVee says, West Side Story is a perfect choice. Ashmatty says, I'm not saying we shouldn't do something different. We have to. It's essential. I'm just saying that throwing out oversimplified rhetoric that says offices are bad doesn't help. Well, I think it does, friend, and we're going to have to disagree on this one. I provoked you to talk about something that you weren't thinking about, and now you are. So sometimes you have to make Okay, Naomi says, disagree. I think that saying it's more complex does advance the discussion. I'm assuming Ashmatty will be able to articulate further. Problem solving involves identifying what is driving the current choices. Okay, we can all choose our words the way we choose them, but I do think that these are actual real problems that we have to confront. I'm not saying anybody doesn't care about this. I'm saying I care about this. So thank you all for indulging me. That's great. I'm glad that we can have a spirited conversation. I don't think I shut Ashmatty down. I think I just said, hey, saying it's complex, okay, but we can say that forever. Now, I told you we have the great debate of RaQanon, where Dartone and Blazinspace will debate their knowledge of raccoon magic, which I don't think is real. Anyway, here's Blazinspace with some thoughts about it.
Oh, hello, Dartone the Third. You hear that sonic background behind me? That happens to be Joe Strummer and the Mascaleros, because a wizard named Blazinspace has style, has taste, has flavor, has fucking knowledge. And if anybody knows anything about raccoons and raccoon magic, it's fucking Blazinspace. So if you want to meet me, you want to accept my challenge to a knowledge off? Bitch, thank God. I am so happy that you accepted that challenge, because me and you are about to square off and find out who leads RaQanon, and I already know it's gonna be me. And I cannot wait to have this entire cult finally under my command, where it belongs. Peace, all people get fucked, Blazinspace out.
So now Blazinspace is a fucking wizard? Isn't that what Dartone the Third calls himself? They're gonna square off about raccoon knowledge? It's all quite a lot to take in, and as the moderator, I can only pray that I'm able to give my very best as a completely impartial observer to declare the winner fairly. But speaking of fairly, the folks over at Loudswell.com have been giving artists a really fair shake. They have a loaded calendar and are providing artists a chance to have their music heard and receive significant compensation, i.e., far beyond a typical venue payout, the ones I've seen. As a result, here's a little more about them. Loudswell.
Music is alive on Loudswell.
Excuse me.
I'm ready.
Support artists directly and help create the music you love.
Thank you all so much for your support. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thanks a lot, y'all.
Thank you for being here.
Find community.
Welcome, everyone.
It's nice to play music again.
This has made me feel more optimistic than I felt in a long time.
This is cool.
Loudswell. Money to artists, music to fans.
As I say, Loudswell's doing the Lord's work. Thank you very much to them for offering musicians an option to continue doing their work during the pandemic and beyond. Now, speaking of things that are loud, AlexEffinVee is not loud but carries a big stick. Really big. You do not want that stick. And as she is my cohort in our new group that is opposed to RaQanon, Trash Force, we had our weekly meeting, and this is what happened. Yeah, anyway, so you jumped at me, you tried to bite me, and I was like, I gotta live, I gotta survive, and I gotta save my cousin, so I had to break your shoulder.
That's not how I remember it.
I know that's not how you remember it, but you were a vampire. You don't remember anything.
I was a vampire. I'm no longer a vampire, or I'm still a vampire.
That remains to be seen. I'm optimistic, though. I think that early age.
You hope that I'm a vampire?
Yeah. So anyway, these fucking idiots now they're having a battle of knowledge.
Battle of knowledge. What do they know?
I think they're claiming that one of them knows more about raccoon magic. I mean, I have seen them do that fireball shit with their hands.
Okay. I mean, yeah.
I mean, do you think it's CGI?
I think it's probably CGI because I've only known raccoons to be adorable and maybe kind of angry, but like.
Yeah, definitely little angies.
Magical.
Yeah. I mean, the magic is in their beautiful masks and their beautiful tail, and
they're little tiny bandits. That's all they are. Or
totally.
I guess tiny bandits, but whatever. So, I think we have a messaging problem.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because, we keep saying that, like, we want to, like, kill the people in RaQanon.
Right.
And, like, I think it's fun. I like to say it. And I believe it sometimes. But I think that maybe some people don't like it.
Oh.
So maybe we need to, like, change up the messaging a little bit. Maybe, like, we don't want to kill them. We just want to bring down RaQanon because they're not good. They're bad. They want to kill raccoons.
So when we say bring them down, though, we mean like to their knees, suffering. With like me wrapping a chain around my hand, about to take care of some shit.
No, like that's kind of the problem. I think that we're not. I think that people don't like that, and it's more that we need to be like peacefully bringing them down. Maybe we have knowledge
of like peace,
of peace and the actual goodness of raccoons.
Oh,
yeah.
I usually am so quick to just want to kill somebody.
I mean, I know, me too, but
And what if we just told them how great raccoons are?
Yeah, because they're super cute. I love them.
I didn't think we could have this conversation, but it sounds like what you're saying is we should not kill them ever for real.
For real.
Wow.
Like, we can't kill them. Even if we wanted to.
I get you. I'm going to try this. We're not going.
I appreciate you at least trying.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
We're not going to kill RaQanon. So, like, Magoo, TC Blackout, we were talking in the Discord a while back, but Trash Force is a little more your style now.
Yeah.
Come on in. The water's warm.
You should.
So,
please.
Trash Force is taking applications, I guess is what we're saying.
Yeah.
And the application.
Join us.
Yeah, just join us. Weird at Night is brought to you by Be Your Best. Unless you're better than us, then just fuck right off. People for the ethical treatment of the extremely wealthy. But we cage them, you pay them. Dawn's long gone lawns. Dawn takes acid and plays with knives on your lawn. God is in the grass, man. Use promo code 129-777-777-999-125. Something will happen. $10 payable in acid. No talking. Keep the kids and pets inside. Our oldest and most treasured sponsor, Shitty's Pizza. The hospital is next door. Use promo code Why God Do We Suffer. You get a free depubing, normally $4.99. Now listen, folks, this has been the deal since the beginning of the show, and it's about to change. Shitty's Pizza had just notified me today that they have a new offer coming. So make sure you use promo code Why God Do We Suffer if you want those pube-free pizzas. It's on the corner of 9th and Nocturnal Drive, just past the memory of your first fully charged smartphone. And,
Bloodstool.com.
we're firing off into the second half of the show, and there's a lot more to uncover. We got Black Ends with an amazing music video. Nina, Was, and Carrie and NadaMucho are here. Not for sale as well, and we're gonna talk in depth about the avant-garde movement. But first, it's been a minute since we heard from notorious loudmouth Ryan Bryan. Last we saw, Handjobs from Heaven was being celebrated all across Hallstatt, Upper Austria, in Austria. He sent this. Let's see what kind of stupidity occurs. Ryan?
Oh, it's me. It's the Rye guy. It's Bryan, and I'm just celebrating this whole thing in Hallstatt, Upper Austria. Turns out Hallstatt's about that big. You could just eat it right up because nobody would give a shit. But thanks, Hallstatt. And then the reason that I'm celebrating today is because my album sales in Hallstatt are so good. But it turns out that my album sales here are really bad. So I need like 5 of you to go buy like 3,000 copies of Handjobs from Heaven. It's on Bandcamp. Turns out that's not even a camp. It's just a website.
Heaven is on Bandcamp right now.
Wow. The narcissist ain't doing so good. I didn't know Ryan got boozy like that. I mean, it is hard being a sociopathic, self-obsessed narcissist, friends. Harder than one might think. And with this great debate ready to take place on Saturday, there's people starting to weigh in on who exactly they think will be triumphant. We'll come back to Ryan soon, but for now, let's get the weigh-ins on some of our experts who are weighing in on the debate.
So there's gonna be a RaQanon debate about raccoon knowledge, and it's called a debate, but it's about testing knowledge. So is that not just trivia? What? How does one judge trivia exactly? Question 1. Also, question 2, how do you decide who knows the most about raccoon magic if it appears that raccoon magic was just invented by RaQanon? These are just questions that I have. I don't really know if this is going to work. Go Trash Force.
BG on the street. I'm V, and I would like to cast my vote for Blazinspace. Obviously. That's my choice. Blaze. All days.
So... what's a debate? Yeah... just... whoever gives Steve the weed is the winner? Stevie G needs his weed! Stevie G needs his weed!
Well, you heard it. That's some pretty stunning analysis. Alex, those are all great points, and I agree. This is some kind of bizarre trivia gone very wrong. But we'll be there to see it all unfold. Trash Force needs you, baby. Like I said, throw up a lard in the chat if you want to join. Offer still on the table, but show RaQanon what they're dealing with. Brook, you're Blazinspace's personal friend, so this entire thing seems a little sketchy, but that is technically one vote for Blazinspace. And Steve Germany, what more can I say? You're stupid as fuck, buddy, but we love you. Just, join Trash Force. Leave RaQanon, and join Trash Force where we'll love you. we'll find a way to love you. But speaking of deals, you know the deal with NadaMucho. 100% volunteer-driven, independent, local music. For you, for real, right now. Right now.
Hey everyone, this is Nina Wasson-Carey bringing to you NadaMucho Newsy News That's New. NadaMucho is 100% volunteer-driven, supporting independent music since the late 90s. If you are an independent artist, or if you have a friend that is an independent artist, we want to know about it. Go to NadaMucho.com and contact us. Send us your links. We'll be sure to check you out. Tonight we have some crazy talented artists to share with you. We think maybe some of these artists you haven't heard about before, but you need to know about. We'll be dropping the links in the chat, and what we want you to do is click on those links and follow those artists directly. This is Nina Wasson-Carey, and you are watching Weird at Night.
Every day I wake up feeling like there's something wrong. Putting on my makeup to hide what I hold inside. Why every breakup? Why don't we make up? Two died in the river that year, one in the summer and one in the winter. We almost got carried away, but lived to stay another day. Washed ourselves clean as we'd ever been. Clear water, no mind. Dysphoria diagnosis letter, proof of ID. Paperwork. Tag my ear with Mississippi Delta is shining like a national guitar. And I'm following the river, down the highway, through the cradle of the Civil War. I'm going to Graceland, Memphis, Tennessee. I'm going to Graceland. Bio, what a point in history. Spent a year in my home, blowing out smoke and littering. Dishes next to my bed and Polaroids hanging above. Most days I do things I'm doing.
No, I'm not the type to do this. But tonight, baby, I'm ruthless. No, don't try to fight, it's useless. Cause tonight, baby, I'm ruthless. So ruthless. So ruthless. So ruthless. I'm always on the other side.
Nice. What a great set of tracks that was. I'm going to say right now that Senseless Optimism, Goose Teeth, some of those tracks just hit me like a ton of bricks. They were amazing. That Senseless Optimism track is so good. Make sure you check that out. And check out the rest of her stuff too, because she's very busy doing a lot. So just a reminder that if you're available tomorrow around 4 p.m., NadaMucho editor Matt Ashworth and I get together on the Stereo app for a little conversation called Find Your Weird. It's really a way for us to just connect with everybody, whether you watch the show, whether you don't watch the show. We talk about the show, but we talk about a lot of other stuff. And the biggest deal to us, the most important thing to us, is to connect with you. You can call in, you can cheer, you can let us know if you totally disagree with us and think we're idiots. All of it's good. You can troll us. It's absolutely fine. We usually give away a t-shirt to our most interesting caller, so we'd like to give you one. So make sure, you can't win one if you don't call in. So make sure tomorrow at 4 p.m. Pacific that you tune in on the Stereo app, listen to Matt Ashworth and myself. Last week, our conversation was on fire, and we'd love to do it again. So don't miss it. Don't miss it. Let's turn it off now. All right, rolling right along. Now, if you watch a lot, you know all about Converge Media, and if you don't, you should. Watch this, and we'll talk more after we come back.
I did it for the city, I did it for the love, I did it for the people, I did it for us.
Back on this rap-ish, I ain't even broke a sweat, homie, this practice. Pondering my next move, staring at my track list, hope I ain't missing my window. Praying like a Baptist, Seattle's own, tired of this Game of Thrones. They made a list of the best rappers and guess who wasn't on? While the disrespect continues, I'm steady packing these venues.
All right, hell yeah. So, to those that don't know, Converge Media is my source for what's going on in my community. They offer excellent coverage. Go to their website, whereweconverge.com, and consider making a donation to support, or consider becoming a patron to support their coverage. They do an excellent job and are absolutely worth the time and the money. So, just a reminder that after the live stream is over, we can still hang out. Join us in the post-show voice chat on our Discord server. I usually show up about 5 minutes after we kill the feed, and we often talk for hours about all kinds of things. We workshop, we riff, we laugh, and we connect. It's a blast. Don't miss out. Last Discord went 3.5 hours long. It ended with Dartone, AlexEffinVee, and I tapped out. They're on the East Coast. It was 5 in the morning for them, and it was 2 in the morning for me, 2:30 in the morning, and I had to go. But I do need to let you know, tonight is a special time for me. I gotta immediately get back to homework, so I'll be in the Discord a much shorter time than usual, but I will be there, and I would love to see you all. I would love to hang out. I would love to catch up real quick. Even if you just want to hang out and listen, it's a good time. But speaking of time, it moves fast, but it doesn't always move forward, at least not in the Waniverse. We're gonna beam ourselves back to the mid-1800s and learn a little bit about the avant-garde movement.
Emerging in the mid-19th century, the avant-garde received their name for their fighting spirit. Avant-garde is French for vanguard, a military term used to describe the front line of an army moving into battle. Artists were compared with these soldiers, as they were often a group force, challenging long-established concepts and ideas about art, and fighting an entrenched establishment. Artists such as Courbet, Gauguin and Kirchner were regarded with great hostility because they pushed accepted boundaries. As these establishments denied the work public exposure, the avant-garde fought this censorship of their art. Works like this by Ernst Kirchner convey freedom, energy, feeling through their brushstrokes and vivid colours. This new approach marked Kirchner as an avant-garde artist, though in his German homeland the Nazis considered him a degenerate artist, an unsettling term with unsettling implications. Do you find this painting groundbreaking, challenging, worthy of censorship? Kirchner's expressionism might have challenged the prevailing styles and authority of the time, but reads very differently to a contemporary eye. Anna Huch was another German artist breaking new ground in the early 20th century. She was an early creator of photomontage art, collages of pasted photographs. We see a tribal mask, a baby's torso, an eye from a fashion magazine, an eclectic selection. The figure is mounted on little feet as if on display, representing treatment of women in Weimar Germany as inferior and infantile, yet put on a pedestal. The geometric background is almost a cage. Huich was a radical who blazed a trail for photo collage, but was also a pioneer for her gender. Avant-garde artists challenge and sometimes provoke us through satire. Many would argue that Picasso's work remains radical. In Bottling Glass on a Table, the bottle is a piece of newspaper on which stenciled letters spell Old Jar, short for Old Jamaica Rum. Writing the subject name on the canvas rather than carefully copying its physical form was revolutionary. If newspaper can become a bottle, then what is reality? Damien Hirst was a member of the YBAs, or Young British Artists, a more recent group that embodied the avant-garde spirit. Their work highlights the speed at which art moves from disrupting the status quo to becoming accepted into mainstream culture. Hirst's revolutionary Natural History series takes animal bodies and suspends them in formaldehyde. They appear alive and caught in movement. The work examines life's fragility and the inevitability of death and disintegration. The emotion of the work is heightened by how banal the animals are. If it were a tiger or a lion suspended at the point of death, the work would read completely differently. Like life, the avant-garde is fragile and fleeting, a moment that risks being overtaken almost as soon as it is experienced. Rather than see it as a tragedy, let's be excited by the thought that today's avant-garde may be familiar, conventional, or even cliched tomorrow.
All right. Very cool shit. So less a stylistic movement than simply a declaration that they were on the cutting edge. The avant-garde still met a lot of the resistance that Dadaists and Surrealists later did. I guess the main point here is that for as long as art has existed, there have been people trying to classify and define it. Though I think that's a very human thing too, though. Those who challenge those definitions are usually rejected by those that think they are the authority on that expression. Well, if it hasn't become clear enough to you by now, I wholeheartedly reject the idea that anyone is the arbiter of taste or worthiness. People like what they like, but for whatever reason can't shut the fuck up about the things they don't understand. My hope is that with Weird at Night, you see it as our own little bit of Dada, our own surrealism, our own avant-garde. Ether space to challenge ourselves, challenge each other, and the motherfucking world. It's what progress is fucking built on. Okay, big talk. We're gonna flip it to the dude with the sickest beats and the dopiest of dope textures. I'm talking about Not For Sale, just FYI.
Make it walk, drop, baby, baby, drop, baby, 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 make it walk.
the baseline. Do you hit the baseline? Do you hit the baseline? Do you hit the baseline?
Very great stuff from Not For Sale. Got some comments in the chat, specifically from Naomi Baomi Faomi and Madsy End Times, and I'm Fatty Magoo. Naomi Baomi Faomi says, "Degenerate! Provoked through satire. Like music goes from being censored to being played in the grocery store." That's exactly right. So when we looked at the avant-garde paintings that were so controversial in their own time, it's like anything you could see now that's just whatever it is. You need people to be pushing the boundaries. Even if they don't end up being the most well-known or the best at it, those are the people who keep moving us forward. So, thank you all so much. Now, what we're gonna do is what we call an auto-write. So, an auto-write is basically, I'm gonna count back from 10. And as I do, you just try to clear your mind. And if you can't, that's okay. If you can, that's great. But ultimately, once I get to 0, I'm gonna say go. And then we all start just typing whatever comes into our heads. No filter, no censoring, no spell checking. Do not do that shit. You will, it won't happen for you if you do. So, this is, and then after about 30 seconds, I'm gonna say stop. And then we're all gonna hit enter or return. And then I'm gonna read everybody's auto write. And then we're gonna blast off with a badass video from the Black Ends to see us through to the next episode. So, are we ready? I hope so. I'm gonna start counting. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Stop. Go ahead and hit enter or return. Okay, I'm gonna start reading these. Here's mine. It's a way to think outside my brain. I don't care about the pain, all I want is the rain. Rain down on me, little thoughts, you delicious vultures. I'll give you 3 pence for a kick in the pants. I like He-Man. Naomi, Baomi, Faomi. The flames flicker. The thunder rolls. The ants march back into their holes. I watch and sing and do my thing. Very nice. Half-baked salmon. I've never done this before, but I feel old friends pass away and new friends appear. It is just like the days. An old day passes, a new day arrives. The important thing is to make it meaningful. A meaningful friend or a meaningful day. That's excellent advice. Thank you, Half-baked salmon. Guilty Art music. The swings creak in the front yard as the wind gently pushes them into ambient motion. The smell of the fresh rain settles my breath. A bird remains awake. Lovely. AlexEffinVee. Google it, you little shit. I haven't even heard of Ask Jeeves, but I definitely used it when I was like 11, because I've heard of it. There aren't even 2 good reasons to join forces with an alligator, but I can think of like 89 good reasons to join forces with an otter, you slime. Madsy End Times. The foul fiend fell forward, frantic, flailing, flew forth from fortune's feet. Fear, fracturing, fell, findings, festering. Nice. Freddy Dalmastar. Attempts to clear my mind are met with the pizza I am still making. The dough rises and rises to meet the universe. Are you in the dangerous kitchen, Freddy? Are you in the dangerous kitchen? Good God, that cover was so good, Freddy. Raise on Rhythm. KFC, go, do, if go, TV, bok, beat, fip, get, bib, dad, hig, guy, he, gib, fip, Greg, Van in BFF, the gib on goof, good, FB and hot, if DB, FB, oh. Great stuff, man. Great stuff. Alley Cat. The way the mouth moves closer to the flame of despair, the deeper my heart drew to the point of no return. And then the record skipped and we all said goodnight. I relate. Dartone III, I had a great first date hiking, a picnic with wine at sunset. We made love under the stars. I had found love, my soulmate. The world became clear after we massacred a bunch of raccoons. Ash Betty auto wrote the SHOPofWAN note. We didn't do the SHOPofWAN tonight, so thanks for the links, buddy. I'm Fatty Magoo. So I was watching a video with Neil deGrasse Tyson where he was going to talk about why he believes we are not in a simulation, a topic I don't think much about, until they joked at how the speed of light can't be broken because that's actually the speed of code as it's written, and all of a sudden I cared. Deeply. LOL. Is it funny? Something to think about, right? I'm Fatty Magoo. Okay. All right, everybody. As I say every time, this has been an absolute blast because it has been. We're here again at the end of the trail, the holy bye-bye in the sky. I love sharing my heart with you all. I love sharing my passion with you, even even when I'm just going nuts. And I appreciate you all interacting with me, giving me your feedback, and us just having a cool conversation. You all are amazing. This, once again, like I said last episode, it's kind of my life's work now. It's been nothing short of a pleasure to share the evening with you, and I hope you pop in and say hi on the Discord voice chat. If you can't find it when you get in, just post in the community and someone will come retrieve you and guide you in. So prepare for Saturday's great debate of raccoon knowledge, and for now, enjoy this incredible video directed by the one and only Danny Denial. This is the Black Ends with their absolutely unforgettable track, one of my recent favorites, Stay Evil. Whether you're evil or not, friends, stay safe, stay sexy, and above all, art is the antidote. Attack with love. PG out.
Take time to figure it out. Get up. Make sure he's only asleep in your dreams to get even. You stay evil. Stay evil. Stay evil. You get evil. I'm not paranoid. I'm not paranoid. I'm not paranoid. You get soiled.
You're weird at night, so weird at night. Thanks for being so weird at night. For 100 nights, weird at night.
Freed from the shackles of time and space, we present Weird